the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for, there we are.
Yeah, I knew we were there someplace.
Thursday, July 10th, show number 386. Ron Miller, Scott Hammer coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and I guess that's it. That's three, right?
Right, that's the three.
Yeah. From the Dominator Race Products Studio. Tonight on the show, we're going to be speaking with Alex Clubb, ARCA racer, who made a little bit of press a couple weeks ago after the Elko race. Was very open with his comments. So
got a huge fine for it too,
of $250.
$250, buddy.
Well, it's still, if you don't have a lot of money to put into it, that can be quite a bit. But Alex should be joining us shortly.
I wonder if he's aware that we might have some ARCA officials in the audience.
Maybe. I thought about reaching out to Charlie because he was in he got interviewed about all the penalties that were dished out after that race. But anyway, we also have a new segment coming up tonight, the Bleacher Creature feature. If you were with us back in the beginning when we were at show number 5 or 10, or I don't even remember when we did that. But
probably 30 or so.
Yeah. The Wrecker Report was a regular feature of the show. We even had caution lights in the studio there.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It's like a disco. Anyways, the artiste who put that together is the producer of the new Bleacher Creature feature. So it's kind of along the same lines, just a little bit different topics.
A very lighthearted addition to the show.
Yeah, we're going to do that later on in the show because there may be some things we might get copyright dinged for, and if I don't want to get knocked off our Facebook Live early, yeah. So stick around for that. We'll also be giving away Speedy Sponsor sticker, one of these bad boys right here. Actually, we're going to give away 2 tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We got a drawing from last week we're going to do here momentarily, and then at the end of the show, we'll do a drawing from everybody who puts in hashtag, where'd it go? There it is. Tire Hardware.
Ooh.
Hashtag Tire Hardware is our Speedy Sponsors sponsor of the week. And if you haven't been to SpeedySponsors.com, check it out because it has been 2.0. It has been released. Featuring the Speedy Feed, where now sponsors, tracks, series, and drivers can actually make posts as often as they want, and
they can
fans can subscribe to their
and they
feeds.
can find TireHardware.com information.
They can
on
find
there too?
Yes, one of my sponsors. Yes, they can find that information. It's a whole plethora of things. It's now a social media hub for racing, as well as a informational site.
Now, is it going to be restricted just to regional racing, or could someone in Florida or California?
We actually, the plans were when we set this up, it's set up for folks in Canada, the U.S., and Australia.
Ooh.
So it should work for folks in any of those countries and beyond. It's not going to be streamlined for other countries, but it is set up for those.
Okay.
Particularly. So before we go any further, how about we do that drawing real quick? Everybody typed in hashtag Speedy last week on the show. Dave was on the bench, so to speak, last week, so we did not do the drawing last week.
He's more better now?
He is more better, so he's going to be keeping track of the hashtag Tire Hardware tonight to give away the Speedy Sponsor sticker a little bit later on. But right now, we're going to draw from everybody who entered last week. So as you can see, there's quite a few names there. There it is. So here we go for a Speedy Sponsor sticker. Who's it going to...
Oh,
is that John?
I think
that
it's
is
John
Young. Congratulations, John Young. You got yourself a Speedy Sponsor sticker. I know, speaking to John, he's got some motor issues.
He's missing one.
Well, I guess if he's taken it out already, which maybe
I'll bring this. I saw an empty hole on one of his Facebook
I missed that one. That would be the problem. So, Congratulations, John, I will have your sticker. I'll bring it out to the track on Saturday, unless you tell me
gonna-
differently.
You are going to personally deliver
I will.
it?
He pits right next to me, so it works pretty easy. Well, he's going to be there with his merchandise and doing autographs
I
because they're
see.
opening the pits early this week.
Okay, yeah.
So he may not be racing, but he'll be there for the kids and his fans. So again, if you want a chance to win another Speedy Sponsors sticker, go ahead and put hashtag Tire Hardware in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live or I believe Twitch, and we'll do that drawing at the end of the show. So 2 of them. Also got to talk about the Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog Races.
Right.
I created some events on Facebook for that. The first one's coming up pretty soon here for the late models. That's going to be July 26th. These are all going to be at Oakshade Raceway. July 26th, working on I got some things in the background that I can't really talk about just yet for these. I've had some folks step forward. But I can tell you there's at least $50 cash from the Hammer Down Race Report going to the winner of the late model hot dog race, and you get to eat a free hot dog. I mean, so. Oh,
They don't have to run to the concession
No,
stand.
we figured that's probably going to be an insurance issue.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
We'll make them go through and eat at the picnic table right there behind
Okay.
the flag stand, then get back out in their car. So that's July 26th for the late models. And then the next one will be for the sportsmen. And Ron Miller Race Cars sponsoring that one with a $100 gift certificate going to the winner. That'll be August 2nd for the sportsman class.
Okay.
Is Fremont off that?
Fremont is off.
So you'll probably be there for that one.
I will be there.
And then Speedy Sponsors will be sponsoring the last 2, August 16th for the Super Stocks and Compacts on August 30th. Scott's still working on sorting out the details on what that prize is going to be. He's trying to get some
for the sportsman part of the event. I don't want to be a participant, but I want to be involved.
Okay. Well, you can.
Why would that surprise you?
We have had some competitor. If you are a racer and you want to compete in that, make sure to go to hammerdownracingreport.com. There's a form right there on the homepage. We've had a few drivers fill that out, mostly in the compact class at this point. So Super Stock, Sportsman, Late Models, it's pretty much wide open for you guys. What we'll do is Thursday before each of those events, we will draw 4 names. 2 will be the primary competitors, and then we'll have 2 alternates just in case.
Right.
So if you want a chance to compete in those, and as we memorialize our good friend Chris Mize, who introduced us to
The
hot dog races,
Yep.
definitely it's going to be a fun time and a little bit of cash. You're not going to retire a millionaire or anything. DCR Graphics is your source for high-quality wraps, stickers, die-cast banners, and more. If you're looking to upgrade your race team's look, DCR Graphics has you covered with full wraps starting at just $425. If you want to showcase your car in miniature form, get a box of 8 custom die-casts for only $135. He's got them available for late models, sprints, modifieds, and street stocks / super stocks. And now DCR has even more ways to show off your style. Check out the brand new lineup of crew shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, flags, and more. Hit up DCRgraphics.com or call him. Him would be Dale at 419-308-9523 to place your order today. DCR Graphics, where speed meets style. You can also, I believe, get some Hammer Down Racing Report apparel.
Some swag.
From his site as well. Dittman Motorsports, your one-stop race shop in Northwest Ohio. Offering on-site parts services at Fremont Speedway and Oakshade Raceway, Dittman Motorsports provides Hoosier Racing tires, high-performance parts, and full-service support to keep you on track and in the lead, featuring the new late model right rear number 2 tires, along with super stock, modified, and sportsman tires. Whether you need expert service or top-tier gear, Dittman's got you covered. Give him a call at 419-283-8580. Stop by the shop or check him out online at dittmanmotorsports.com. Other sponsors of the show tonight, Oakshade Raceway, Dominator Race Products, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Freeze Frame Photos. And speaking of which, if you are going to be at Oakshade or any of the autograph nights, you need some photos. Right. I believe 7 o'clock was technically the cutoff he's got a special deal, 50 pictures for $25, basically half off, that you can sign, you can autograph and hand them out to the kids. Right. If you're nice, he might still give you that deal if you contact him like now.
Yeah.
Again, 419-283-85. No, I'm sorry, that's Dale's number. Freeze Frame's number is scrolling at the bottom of your screen. We'll get to it. There it is. It's 419-407-6994. That's Charlie's number, 419-407-6994. And tell him the Hammer Down Racing Report sent you, and he might give you that special deal.
Maybe.
Even though it's officially expired at 7 o'clock. We got some racing roundup to get to before we get to tonight's guest. So how about we bust some of that out? We got some video tonight, too. There's a lot of action. Remember that clip that we talked about last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some developments from that. So let's click this and hope this is the right one.
Racing Roundup.
All right, we did something right. Waynesfield Raceway Park in action last Thursday night. It was the Great Lakes Super Sprints there with Max Stamball picking up the win. Dalton Lane winning in the UMP Modifieds. Raleigh Hayter getting the Dirt Track Truck Series win there Thursday at Waynesfield. Friday night, Limaland Motorsports Park. Casey Jedzerjek winning the Great Lakes Super Sprints. Todd Sherman getting the win, the UMP Modifieds. And Jordan Conover, your Thunderstock winner. Attica Raceway Park on Friday. I remember that was a good race with the sprint cars. Bryce Lucius just getting the win there, the ACS 410 sprints. Greg Haskell winning in the UMP late models. Jamie Miller racking up another.
That was a pretty neat
305.
interview with Greg Haskell, too. That was his first ever feature win after
I don't think I missed
after
that.
a lot of years of trying.
Well, congratulations to him. Oakshade Raceway Saturday night. Casey Noonan picking up his first late model win of the season there. Ryan Davis, former guest of the show, just upsetting our guest last week. Jesse Jones, who was going for, I think, 5 in a row. But Ryan Davis broke that streak, and unfortunately our guest did not go in and win last week. But he finished a close second.
There's nothing wrong with second.
No, and he had 4 in a win, so you got to share the wealth sometimes. Ryan Davis, though, congratulations to him. He won the DCR Graphic Sportsman feature. Jake Rendell, winner in the Dominator Superstocks. Ryan Oakley gets another compact A-main win, and Tim Strait won in the compact Bs. Oh, we also had the Vintage American Race Cars out there.
Right.
And they put on a heck of a show. They were banging tires coming off of turn number 4, coming to the checkered flag.
Really?
King Kramer picking up the win there in his vintage, I think it was a sprint car.
Right.
Wingless sprint car. Sandusky Speedway, 2-night show this past weekend. Friday night was Dylan Napier winning the Stars and Stripes 35 Pro Compact feature. Chase Wiggins winning in the Grand Nationals. Aaron Vitolo, your Warrior winner. And then Saturday night at Sandusky, Rick Groch won in the Modifieds. Jason Stanfield, your Pro Compact winner. Annalie Martin winning in the Warriors. And didn't get any results for the factory stocks.
Oh, no.
Butler Speedway in action tonight, as a matter of fact.
Right.
So we're going to try and get this show wrapped up as soon as possible so we can check out some Summer Nationals action.
That was my plan.
They were Butler in action last Saturday. Josh Turner winning in the 410 sprints. Dylan Nussbaum, your UMP modified winner. Travis Kyle, winner in the street stocks. And Nathan Owens winning in 4 cylinders. Fremont Speedway Saturday. Cap Henry picking up the win in the 410 sprints. Dustin Stroop, AFCS 305 winner. And Sean Valeni.
Big surprise there.
Another dirt truck win. Lorraine Raceway Park in action on Saturday. Josh Poor won the Ohio Wheelman Series feature. Trent Aslaxon winning in the Grand Nationals. And Roy Lowe, your factory stock winner. Aaron Vitolo, another win for him in the Warriors at Lorraine. Wayne County Speedway Saturday night. Jordan Ryan, former guest on the show, he won the Fast on Dirt 410 sprint feature. Kyle Moore, he's pretty solid there at Wayne County in the late models and in the modifieds, also picking up the win in the modifieds on Saturday. And Jordan Conover with another street stock win. Johnny Bruce Sr. winning in the mini stocks. Millstream Speedway in action on Saturday. There's a lot of racing this past weekend. Jared Horseman winning the Great Lakes Super Sprint feature. Nate Shank winning the traditional sprint feature. And Joey Hayter, the Dirt Track Truck Series feature winner. Montpelier Speedway in action last night. That was a pretty good,
entertaining,
good race there. I got to the late models there, 4 wide after that last restart.
Yeah, had the announcer talking to himself.
Cody Overton, your winner last night, Summer National Action, late models Tyler Nicely winning in the UMP mods. Irvin Turner was your street stock winner, and Brian Isley in the Hornets. Napa All-Star, or Napa Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions Action, State Line Speedway Friday night. Devin Borden picking up the win there. Latrobe Speedway on Saturday, Caleb Henry, winner. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at Atomic Speedway on Friday night, Brandon Shepard getting the win. And then the Freedom 50 at Muskegon County on Saturday, Hudson O'Neill picking up the win there. So congratulations to them. Moving on, what do we got? World of Outlaws, Real American Beer Late Model Series at Deer Creek Speedway on Thursday. Bobby Pierce picking up the win. Friday was Nick Hoffman, and Saturday canceled due to rain. Was it Friday night they had that crazy wreck? Did you see that, where Bobby Pierce got upside down?
Oh, yeah.
That was that was like a Talladega wreck at a dirt track. That was crazy. Tore up a lot of good cars. In Indy next action at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, the Grand Prix at Mid-Ohio on Sunday was won by Dennis Hogger. Pretty bad accident in that race as well. NTT IndyCar Series action later Sunday afternoon, the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. That was won by Scott Dixon. NASCAR action on the streets at Chicago there, Saturday and Sunday, both won by Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yeah,
it's a good weekend for SVG.
He had that one all figured out.
Yeah, he won both the Loop 110 and the Cup Series Grand Park 165 there. Pretty controversial thing there at the end. Was it Cody Ware? Or was it Cody Ware racing? Who was it that somebody slammed into the tire barrier at the white flag at 93 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Luckily climbed out, but
I thought
they
maybe you
took
were
him 35 seconds.
I thought you might be
caution.
talking about Bubba Wallace and
No. There was a lot
Bowman
of other things there, yeah.
yeah.
Dirt Car Summer Nationals, other results there. Last Thursday at LaSalle Speedway, Tyler Millwood getting the win. Friday at Red Hill Raceway was Jason Fager. Sunday at Duck River Raceway, Tyler Erb getting the win. Jason Fager became the weekly champ. And I don't think Duck River was real happy with the winner interviews. There was a lot of
negativity.
There was a lot of PG-13, maybe R-rated language from both winners. Tuesday at Shady Hill, Zach Mitchell making his debut out of South Carolina and winning in his first Summer National race. And then, as we mentioned last night, Cody Overton picking up the win at Montpelier. Hammer Down Army action. Grayson Warner, he got his very best Superstock finish at Oakshade, finishing 5th.
Ooh.
So congratulations to him. Kurt Dickey finished 15th in the Superstock A at Oakshade. Peyton Hovis finishing 8th in the Compact A main. Del Warner had some issues in his Compact B main. Started on the pole and ended up finishing 9th in the B main for the Compacts. And yours truly ended up 3rd in the Superstock A main.
I saw some videos of that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were they pretty boring?
It looked like the guy was going okay.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we got Alex waiting in the green room here to pay a couple bills, and we're going to talk to our guest tonight, Alex Clubb, ARCA racer, car owner. Freeze Frame Photo is your go-to for all your racing photo needs, whether it's heart-pounding action shots or those unforgettable Victory Lane moments. Victory Lane Photos has you covered, but that's not all. They also offer a fantastic range of custom gifts to commemorate your favorite races, including print magnets, can koozies, tumblers, wood plaques, custom slate photos, wind spinners, and buttons, just to name a few. If you want to add a personal touch, that's not a problem. Freeze Frame Photos can customize any photo or gift item with your own text and graphics, making each piece uniquely yours. Call Charlie today, 419-407-6994. Let Freeze Frame Photos turn your favorite memories into timeless treasures. Check out their new website, freezeframephotos.redframe.com. Freeze Frame Photos, special moments frozen in time. And as I mentioned, if you sweet talk Charlie, he may get you in on that deal that expired at 7 for a half off 50 4x6 photos. Elevate your racing performance with Dominator Race Products, the premier choice for high-quality, durable race car components. From innovative nose pieces and valances to robust fenders and spoilers, their products are engineered to enhance your vehicle's aerodynamics and durability on the track. Trusted by racers nationwide, Dominator Race Products delivers the reliability and performance you need to dominate the competition. Check out the Killer Z28 nose kits they have, DominatorRaceProducts.com. You can explore their extensive range of other products as well and take your racing to the next level. And with that, let's get to our guest. Patiently waiting.
Yeah.
Mr. Alex Chubb, how's it going? Or Clubb, sorry. Can you hear us?
How we doing?
Hey, good.
Yep, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you. It looks like you're on the road.
Driving back up from the world's biggest mousetrap, also known as Disney World. So
Oh,
about 80 miles south of Atlanta right now.
Well, that's going to be fun driving in Atlanta traffic, but sounds like we might have a bad connection there.
internet in the middle of Georgia can get sketchy.
Yeah, you want to call that number I gave you? Wait, now I hear something.
Is it any better?
It's still, I think we got a bad connection. Do you just want to do it over the phone? Give us a call? You have that number?
Can you hear me now?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Now we can hear you.
And now I can't hear you.
Well, we can see you and
Let
hear
me
you.
let me see if I can try to call that number.
There you go.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right, we'll get Alex Clubb on here momentarily. Well, I guess
Yeah.
trying it on the road, that's cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, probably in bad cell coverage there. But yeah, hopefully we'll hear from him shortly. Alex Clubb, again, he started ARCA Racing in 2015, and he's... Well, we'll let him tell you here. Hammer Down Race Report. Is this Alex?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
That's much better. Okay.
Right on.
Perfect. So anyway, let's start off by getting to know Alex Clubb, because a lot of racers or a lot of our audience may not be that familiar with you. Your first ARCA race was back in 2015, and started off racing
Yep.
for other owners, and then and yourself, I guess, kind of back and forth until you started racing your own team primarily. Was that back in 2022?
Yep, we went full-time in 2022. I started racing go-karts locally in 2000, and I got an opportunity to race ARCA in 2015, and then that was what I decided I wanted to try to continue doing, and it just takes a lot of resources, so we were finally able to go full-time in 2022, and then 2024 I was able to actually drive the full schedule myself, so it's a pretty cool deal to get to do.
So you mentioned go-karts background in racing. Any other racing you've done? You're from Illinois. There's a lot of racing over there.
Oh yeah. I started out in go-karts. I ran champ carts. I did the 5-horse champ carts, the 10-horse champ carts. I moved up from there and I ran dirt and asphalt with 4 cylinders, which they call them Hornets on dirt. I ran Grundy and LaSalle, Fairbury, places like that. From there, I went to an asphalt super late model and a dirt street stock, and I ran Grundy, Ileana, Fairbury, LaSalle, Farmer City, pretty much all the tracks that are in Illinois around me. And then from there, I went and did the UMP Modified, and then about that time I got the opportunity to do some ARCA stuff. So after I got that bug, then we kind of just sold everything, and I've been just working on doing all ARCA stuff. So it takes pretty much all your resources to try to do that. So that's where we're at right now.
Now, it sounds like you have quite an extensive background with racing on dirt as well as the pavement there. Do you have a preference as to either one? And do you think that that background on the dirt has kind of made you a better asphalt racer?
Oh, 100%. I'm probably, through my career up until the ARCA stuff, I was probably about 90% with the dirt, 10% asphalt. And yeah, I mean, the best drivers in the world are dirt drivers, hands down. It just teaches you so much better car control and everything. So I can always drive a loose car, and you see a lot of these guys and kids coming up that they're always spinning out and causing wrecks and stuff. And, you know, the ones that are, the ones that are the best are always the guys that are dirt guys, whether they come up in midgets or they, were in the full body stock cars or modifieds. It's hands down, it's those guys that are the best drivers.
Does it is.
It's got really good black dirt down there. I don't like the coin as much because the track comes apart and it usually destroys more than we get in winnings. So it's kind of a double-edged sword with the dirt. I love Springfield. I hate the coin, but I like that they're both on the schedule.
And they're both dirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we had Ryan Unzicker on last year, the year before. He was kind of the dirt track ringer for those tracks for a couple years.
Oh, yeah. Once they got some good equipment, he was pretty much unstoppable. But then once, his team owner got a win or two, he was ready to be done. So he accomplished what he wanted, and then Ryan was kind of just stuck there. And the problem is, any of the big teams, they want so much money to race, but it's just not worth it for what he was wanting to try to do. And I was actually trying to get him in our cars, but we're trying to get our equipment better to where we can get him something that we'd be able to go and run in the top three with, but we're not quite there yet.
Well, before we talk about where you're at now, I kind of want to go back. How did that first ride in the ARCA Series come about? How did that happen?
So back in 2014, I had seen an ARCA team. It was Carter 2 Motorsports. They were looking for help at some races. So I offered to go help them at Madison because it's about 2 hours from home. So I went and helped them there and helped them at Springfield. Maybe it was Springfield first, and then we went. I think it was Springfield first, and I went to Madison. And then the following year, around Daytona time, they called me up and they offered me, I couldn't refuse, to run the 2 dirt races. And, from there, I just helped the team out as much as I could, went to probably half the season's races and got my 2 dirt races in. I think I was 17th at Springfield in my debut. So it was a good showing for the equipment they had and all that. And unfortunately, that team ended up closing before the end of the 2015 season. And, so from there, I just started doing my own thing because I knew how, we know how to build cars and maintain them and do all that. And where these other teams get you is, they want you to come in and pay $30,000 to $50,000 to run a race. And that's not in my budget. So we figure we can build and fabricate and maintain and do everything. So me and my dad and one other guy, we do pretty much all of that, and that keeps us on track and going at a fraction of the cost to actually drive for somebody.
Now, you kind of popped up on a lot of people's radar after finishing 10th at ARCA a few weeks ago. I had a post-race interview that kind of went viral where you didn't sugarcoat anything and vented some frustrations. What unfortunately, we actually played that part of that clip. The audio of what you were saying wasn't the clearest, unfortunately. What were some of those frustrations that you had from that race?
So I run good, and we got the full allotment of tires for the race.
I think he's in a dead area, Scott.
You know,
Oh, now we got
what's
you.
that? Can you hear me?
We can
Yep.
hear you, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of in a bad area driving.
That's all right.
We had you at full allotment of tires.
Yeah, so we had the full allotment of tires, and we were trying to. Our goal was to have a lead lap top 10 finish. That was what we were shooting for. So we had everything we needed to do that, and we knew we were probably going to go a lap down here and there, but we figured what we'll do is we can get the lucky dog, keep trucking with that, then we'll be okay. And the problem is when you get a lucky dog, then you line up behind everybody. So we were lined up behind all the lap down cars. Well, they're used to us not being quick, and they were mad. So they were blocking and chopping and doing some stupid stuff. And I just started getting mad, and I started running people over and punting them. Well, one of the cars was the 31 that we've had trouble with in the past. They owe us money and didn't pay bills with us and stuff. And so the girl that was driving that told me after the race that she was told to race me aggressive and not let me by. So I got ran on the wall 3 times and ran in the infield. And ultimately that ended up messing up our whole day because I told my spotter, I said, let me know when we have a window and I'm going to just ship her off into a corner to get by her. So he told me we had a window, and I got into her off at 2 and drove all the way into 3, 2 car lengths deeper than we had all day. And I shipped her up to about the 4th groove. And about 4 laps later, I ran off and left her in 2 laps by almost a half a lap. And the problem was from there, the little blinky yellow light come on. So I caved in the airbox, and we were running 250. So I've had that happen before where we ripped the airbox off on the dirt, and I knew if you run at quarter throttle, it won't go over the 245, 250. So the last 105 laps, I had to run quarter throttle, and we went 10 or 11 laps down. And so by the time I got out of the race car, I had, stopped, got out of the car. I had somebody put a microphone in my face, and I just kind of went off. I let them have it. So I think I dropped 3 or 4 F-bombs and let the rich kids know what I thought about them. And the rich kids and their parents didn't like that, and I didn't really care. But, we work on all of our stuff. We don't get to just show up with a helmet bag and pay a fortune to race.
So big question. Was it worth $250?
Oh, it was well worth it. So we ended up, we made a thing out of it, and we had a bunch of people donate to us and stuff. I ended up getting a Chris Wright tailpiece to auction off. This guy wants me to sign it, and they got a group of 30,000 people on Facebook. And then we ended up raising $3,124.89. So we far surpassed our fine. So
there you go.
yeah, we decided to do a little thing where we would put people's name on the car if they donated money. And I had people asking how much. I said any amount. So the biggest donor we had was $1,000, and the smallest was 3 cents. So we had
and they all got
a
their
handful
name.
that did $250. Yep. Everybody's name's on the decklid of the car for the rest of the year, and everybody's happy. So we're happy. The series is, I guess, happy. We paid the fine, and I'm on probation the rest of the year. So.
Yeah, so I'm guessing from what I read about the probation for the rest of the year, just kind of means you're more under a microscope throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things of like you can't cuss, and I did. So I don't usually do that. I got interviewed the following week and didn't, so it all worked out. Basically where it goes, it just the fine's double. So, the first one's $250, then it'll go to $500 and so on and so forth. So I guess if you get bad enough with it, then you'll have to do sensitivity training or something like that. So
And
I don't know.
You have to sell
I
bigger
hope
names
I don't
in your
have
car.
to deal with it. Right. I hope I don't have to deal with that, but I don't know. I think it kind of proved a point that like people are just fed up with the way racing has become with these suitcase racers that just tear stuff up. They don't have to work on it, and either them or their parents write a check to fix it. And not all of us are like that out there. You know, if we tear a car up, it's me, my dad, and one other guy busting our butts all week to get it together to go to the next race because we don't have $1 million budget and we don't have a shop with 20 cars sitting in it. So when we tear something up, it makes me mad. You know, it was $1,200 to replace the nose, and we got $1,200 for finishing 10th. So it was not a real good situation.
It was refreshing, though, to hear, you know, something that wasn't sugar-coated. And being a local racer, and I'm sure Ron can relate as well, and other local racers kind of feel the same way when you know, your stuff gets busted up. You got to fix it. You got to pay for it yourself. So,
oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, the amount of people that were on our side with it was probably 99 out of every 100. So it was, you know, the only people that were mad were the rich kids that I talked about and their families. And, that was about it.
The cool part about it is you can't go to somebody else's pit and vent the way we did back in the day. But,
right.
you know, those folks get to hear that interview over and over. So, yeah, it was
right.
Money well spent.
Yeah. And like, nowadays you can go sock somebody, but it costs you, I think, $1,500 to punch somebody. So it's really not something I can afford to do. On top of that, a lot of them are 15 and 16-year-old kids, so you can't hit them either. So, you know, it doesn't really get any point across to do anything else. I mean, if you wreck their race car, they don't care. They don't own it. They don't fix it. So it's racing as a whole has kind of just become a shell of what it used to be. But unfortunately, it's super expensive, and your blue collar people that were the backbone of it are kind of forced out because you just can't afford to race.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and we've talked about that on this show several times.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
and I have people all the time. They tell me, why don't you just run a super late at Grundy and just whip people's butts there? And I'm like, the problem is you need 60 to 100 grand to run a 15 race season to do it. And, you know, I run a 2-car ARCA program on 100 grand a year. And the difference is we get better payout. I have better sponsors. So between that and renting rides out that you can't do at the local level, I can usually break even every season or make just not enough to really matter. But so when you go from spending 60 to 100 grand out of pocket a year to race versus spending, you know, zero or making 10 or 15, it's not a hard decision on what to do.
Now, do you run just the short tracks or do you run some of the super speedways too?
No, we run everything. We run full time. So,
okay.
We have me and my dad, we purpose built a super speedway car last season. And then we have 3 complete cars right now. We have a 4th one that we're working on for a guy that's going to run at Bristol with it. So, we're a very small team. I know that sounds like a lot, but when you're doing 20 races a year with 2 cars, this is our first year that we've tried the 2-car deal. 4 cars is nothing. It's just, you've got big teams. They have 20 cars at their shop. So for us, it's, you know, we don't have a purpose-built dirt car. We don't have a purpose-built road course car. Basically, they do purpose-built super speedway, purpose-built speedway, purpose-built short track, dirt, road course. Everything is just purpose-built. You know, we have all of the spec motors and the spec bodies and everything, but you can still hang it to fit the templates and manipulate it to where it works better at each track style. So it's just, you can't take the ingenuity out of it when you've got people that spend millions of dollars, and we can still win tunnel tests. We can do all that. Of course, that's something we don't do, but you can bet your bottom dollar the big teams are wind tunnel testing their super speedway cars and their intermediate cars.
Sure.
Probably even some of their short track cars. We go to Bristol and Dover that are super fast, so the aerodynamics matters at those tracks. So it's just, where do you begin? Where do you stop? If you've got unlimited budget like some guys do, you can pretty much do anything you want.
Now you're sitting sixth in points, and that's pretty respectable there. Are you happy with where you're at in the points right now at this point in the season?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, you figure we're 15 points behind Isabella Robusto that is in a fully funded TRD car with Venturini, and that's probably a $1.5 million a year deal. So you figure they're 15 to 1 on what we're spending. So I'm very happy with that. And we're outrunning, I think, the other 3 or 4 full-time people that are running. So you can't really complain. I mean, everybody that races that's a true racer knows that you can only do as much as you can with the equipment you got and the budget you got. So we're very budget racer, budget oriented, and we'd love to have $1 million budget, but it's just not in the cards for us currently.
So what do you think, what's the most difficult thing about being a driver and owner and not having that unlimited budget?
The biggest problem is just not having the money for tires. If you buy the bare minimum 2 sets every race for one car, which that doesn't even get you through all of them, it's $86,000 for 2 sets of tires for all 20 races for the season.
Wow.
And you can get double that. So realistically, tires is the biggest thing. And we've had good runs at our last few races because we were able to buy a set of tires or a couple sets. The problem is when you don't have the money to buy the tires, you're just out to lunch. We get scuffs for $200-300 a lot of times. So that is a big hindrance for us. I tell people, because they're like, oh, you're out there, you're slow. I say, okay, well, when you watch an NASCAR race and guys stay out on old tires and you watch them drop like a rock right off the bat when they throw the green flag on a restart, I said a lot of weeks that's where we start because we can't afford $5,000 or $10,000 raise for tires. So we're, $600,000-$900,000 for some used sets that they already wore out in practice and got all the speed out of them. And we're starting out slow right off the bat. But, when the payouts aren't huge and stuff like that, you got to kind of just do what you got to do to survive. So in a perfect world, if you had the money to do it, it's about $200,000 a season if you got the full allotment of tires at every race for one car.
Wow.
So it's a fortune, and unfortunately the payouts and that, they don't cover that. We're on the Golden A with our car, with our 03 car, and I would say probably throughout the season, you'll see with year-end winnings and seasonal money, you'll probably see about 70 to 80,000 depending on how you run. So it's just not there. You've got to have the sponsors, you've got to have rental money, or you've got to have your own money to dump into it. So it's very difficult to be competitive. And we want to be competitive, but we just don't have the resources and the sponsors that we need to be there.
What's your best finish to date?
So I have 2. I was 8th at Toledo a few years ago, and then we finished 8th at Daytona last year.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
So we were super happy with that. We were home-built car. We had nothing in it. I mean, and when I say nothing, I took the chassis in on trade, and when it hit the racetrack minus drivetrain, I had $8,500 in the whole car.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
And we didn't make the race on time, but we got a provisional. we started 38th and we just rode around in the back and let everybody wreck. And we ended up 8th at the end because they just tear so many cars up. So we ended up 8th with not even a scratch on it. So we were happy with that.
So you're running the rest of the season here. What are your goals? What do you hope to accomplish, or where do you see yourself in the points at the end of the race at Toledo at the end of the year?
I would love to make top 5 in points because only the top 5 gets to go on the stage for the banquet. So last year we were 8th. We're on track to be, I think if we can keep going where we're at, we'll be 6th. It'll be hard to beat the Venturini cars and the girl that's driving that just because the budget they have. I'd love to be 5th. I'd love to be 5th. I'd love to be 8th or 9th in owners points with our 03. Our 86 is way down in owners points. So I think realistically, if we could be 8th in owners points with the 03, 16th in owners points with our 86, and 5th or 6th in driver points, that would be a perfect season for us.
Now, you talked about all this money that it takes to run ARCA. Who are the sponsors you got that's helping pay some of these bills?
So we've got Yama Pipe Bottle of Gas. They are always with us when we go out west for Phoenix, and they stay on for some races throughout the year. Race Parts Liquidators, Drop the Hammer Auction, McConey Setup Shop. Everybody just, they do what they can for us. And then we've got some people that we do an Amazon program with. So if you buy something off of our Amazon wish list, you get your name on the deck of the car for the season. So there's around 20 people that are on that deal that have donated stuff for us. So, everything counts, whether it's a bag of rags or, $500 to help us get to the race. Everybody chips in and does what they can. So, we've had sponsors that have given us as much as $15,000 over the years, all the way down to, $15 or 15 cents. So we don't discriminate. It all spends the same. So
any Alex Clubb merchandise available for fans?
We're working on that. We don't have anything right now currently. My problem is we're just busy with working on cars, and then I own my own landscaping business. So between that and the racing and my wife and 2 kids, I just don't have much time to do anything else. So, but we're working on it.
What's your long-term goals? I mean, do you ever see yourself going to NASCAR, trucks, or anything, or is it when you get that win, you're going to retire like the car owner for Unzicker did?
I'd like to probably. I mean, this is in a perfect world. I'd like to run a truck race, an Xfinity race, and a Cup race. The truck deal is obtainable. Xfinity, it's iffy. Cup is probably unrealistic with how much money it costs to do everything nowadays. But the problem too is it's hard to justify going and spending $50,000 to run 25th in a truck. So for one race, if I were to do my own deal, I could see that. But at the same time, I'm not going to build a truck just to go run a race or two. So in a perfect world, I'd say probably just stick with the ARCA stuff. It's a 20 race schedule. I like the schedule. A lot of it's close to home because I'm from Illinois. So my goal would be I'd love to win a race. Try to win one of the dirt ones. That's my goal is win Springfield, but we're not quite there. Like I tell people, we've got about as good of a shot of winning most races as a snowball in hell. So but last year we were doing good. We were running 8th on the lead lap, and I got right-reared by everybody's favorite Xfinity driver, Chris Wright. So we were in the right direction. So I'm hoping we can build off that for this year and be closer. My goal for this year would probably be a top 5. I don't know if we can do it, but you got to set goals that are hard to reach. If you just say, I'm going to go run 15th every week, that's not hard to do. So.
Gotcha. So what's your next race coming up here?
We go to Dover next Friday.
Dover on Friday. All right. Well, our guests have had a record of going on to win their next race, so hopefully you're good at Dover.
Well, that would be spectacular. If it happens, I'll be calling you guys up and letting you know. But
Yeah, last week's guest only ran second in his next race, so
hey, we'll take it. I'll go on down the line. I'll take a third place. That'll work too.
Alex Clubb, pleasure speaking with you here, getting to know you, and definitely we'll be watching you at Dover next weekend.
Right on. Sounds good.
yeah, you got to be getting close to Atlanta, so watch talking on that phone around there.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a few cops. I got to duck the phone down for. So we're getting close.
Yeah, you don't want any more fines to have people donate for.
Yeah,
it.
No, I don't need that one.
That one wouldn't get him any notoriety
Oh, that's
anyway.
true, yeah.
No, that'd be a bad one.
All right, well, we got to get going here. Alex, we appreciate the time.
Yep. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks a lot, my friend, and we'll be watching your results.
Right on. You guys have a good night.
All right,
bet.
you too.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. Alex Clubb. And apparently, looks like our Facebook live stream is not working.
I don't know.
I apologize. Yeah. I'm not sure why it's not on there. Pam from Oakshade is asking as well, and I noticed some comments there while we were talking to Alex. Oh, it was cool. It was a nice talk. I like
Well, and it's really interesting to get the backstory
Yeah.
on one of the struggling independent teams. You know, he talked about the Venturinis, and that's pretty well funded deal, and a lot of people get their start there, but it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's fun hearing from the underdog, too.
It is.
Race fans, the 50th season at Oakshade Raceway is in full gear, packed with action every Saturday night, featuring dirt car, UMP, late models, DCR graphic sports, and Dominator Superstocks and compacts, running full shows through August, with the exception of this Saturday, which is the big birthday race.
Yeah.
Summer National is coming to town, the dirt car, late models, the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds, and the Dominator Superstocks will be in action, and gates will open at noon on Friday. That's tomorrow.
Right.
If you want to come out and camp, save some seats, but you do have, anybody that comes through the gate on Friday does have to purchase a pit pass or a grandstand pass.
What's the fee for camping, Scott?
Camping is free, but grandstand pass is $20. A pit pass is $30.
That's how much it is for the regular week.
No, it's usually $15 for the grandstand.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, see?
All right.
Yeah, and then gates will open at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and anybody that comes through the gate but purchase a grandstand ticket or a pit pass will be allowed in the pits.
Until like 4 o'clock.
So about 4 o'clock, yeah, to get pictures with their favorite drivers, autographs, whatever you want to do. Pits will be open until 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, though, you will have to have a pit pass wristband to stay in the pits.
Now, those folks, could they go insult their least favorite driver?
They could. They could take pictures of that, too, and get them printed out, maybe put it on their dartboard, whatever.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, that's this Saturday. Big 10,000 to win show, the birthday race, and hopefully our weekend weather pit stop forecast will cooperate with us on that. Stay in the loop in all the high-octane action. Visit OakshadeRaceway.com. Follow on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates. Oakshade Raceway, where the fastest meet to race. And if you're planning your dream wedding or special event, make it unforgettable with Magic Moment Entertainment. Mention the Hammer Down Racing Report when you book, and you'll get $100 off your reception DJ service. He has over 30 years of experience, and Ron Burt will do everything he can to make sure your event is perfect. Magic Moment handles everything from contracts to full liability insurance, giving you peace of mind, plus no hidden fees, no charges for mileage, and no charges for dance floor lighting. There is dance floor lighting. There's just no charge for it. No additional charge. Serving Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky, Magic Moments specializes in wedding receptions, but also excels in corporate events and mitzvahs. They take pride in working closely with couples and clients to create magical moments tailored just for you. Call 419-594-2261 or find Magic Moment Entertainment on Facebook under Magic Moment Entertainment or Ohio Sports Blitz. We do have some racing news to
What a surprise.
knock out here, and there's some interesting stuff that came out of this. So let's knock that out.
Latest racing news.
I think I need a new mouse. This mouse is not working. It's not cooperating with me. On Saturday night, did you see this? Well, you're about to see part of it. Sonoya Raceway hosted a big 4th of July weekend show. The 3/8 mile dirt track brought in multiple classes for the program. The Hunt the Front series battled for $15,000 to win with support classes featuring modified Charger 602 crate and 604 crate divisions. A horrific incident occurred during the 604 race. A late model climbed the wall and the car went through the fence, striking spectators. According to a release from the track, 3 spectators were injured in the incident and transported to the hospital. All spectators were released, though, have since been released from the hospital.
I saw the video, and it looked like a few of those folks took quite a tumble.
They did. Well, we're not going to show the whole video just because it was kind of a horrific event there. But this is what kind of led up to it. And this is why, again, this is one of those things we say every year, every other year. Don't stand close to the fence. The fence is there to keep the cars from getting to the stands.
Get back away from the fence.
Yeah, and here's another video. If you want to see the whole thing, I'm sure you can find it. If you like watching people fly after getting hit by a late model. But yeah, that nose went right through the fencing there. But came back out on the track. I mean, the fencing did what it's supposed to do, but you just can't stand right up next to it. It causes problems there. But luckily, everybody is okay. So good news there. Ish, yeah. Home from the hospital.
I'm sure they still remember.
Probably having, they're probably going to be sore at least for a while. On Tuesday, NASCAR announced the Cookout Clash will return to Bowman Gray Stadium as the opening exhibition event for the 2026 season.
As well it should.
That was a pretty fun event.
It was.
Following the sold-out success of this year's Cookout Clash, the first NASCAR Series exhibition race of the 2026 season will return to the historic venue on Saturday, January 31st, and Sunday, February 1st. The Cookout Clash at the Madhouse will be broadcast by Fox Sports.
Ooh, still,
yeah. Did you see this about Colin Shipley? He went out to
I sure did.
Shady Hill on Tuesday night to run the Summer Nationals, and I guess on the way to Montpelier, his hauler, actually I think it was the camper hauling.
Yeah, motorhome.
Towing his hauler there caught fire on Wednesday when, with help from the racing community, Shipley was able to make it to compete at Montpelier. And I saw earlier this afternoon he posted a picture. He's got his car now on an open trailer
with a pickup
truck towing it, going old school on the way up to Butler tonight. So good luck to him. He had a really good run Tuesday night, too.
He did.
Running second the whole way, and then, three laps left? Right rear went down.
Yep.
He's not having good luck this week. Taylor Farling was first suspended by Port Royal Speedway on July 7th after targeting another driver on the track and driving onto his vehicle. This was that thing you tagged me in a week or so ago. Both Farling and the other driver exited their vehicles and were restrained from a physical altercation. Here's what happened. This is that video, I guess. So he just kind of turns around backwards on the track under caution and runs into the other guy there. Well, he stopped, backs up, and then kind of runs over the left front.
Yeah, didn't quite get it done right.
No, he got it done there a second time. Farling received multiple penalties from Port Royal Speedway. Namely, he was banned from all racing at Port Royal for the remainder of the 2025 season and for the entirety of the 2026 season. Ooh. Baps Motor Speedway in York County announced via Facebook that the Speedway will uphold the same penalties against Farling And then Clinton County Speedway later announced that it will stand united with BAPS and Port Royal, extending the same penalties to Farling to their speedway, or for their speedway.
So, and he had no incidents at those tracks.
No, they're just
upholding Port Royals.
Yeah, standing with Port Royal there. And Farling has since released a statement apologizing to Port Royal Speedway, claiming that there was no intent to harm him with his car.
He just wanted to harm his car,
I guess. I mean, have you seen the full incident? It looked like the other guy that he was racing against before this happened bounced off the inside wall and kind of came up and hit Farling and turned him around.
Right.
Basically, he spun off then coming off a 2 and collected another car. A couple other cars got caught up, and he just drove around.
One of them racing deals.
He drove around the track backwards and tried to hit him while he was running under caution and missed, and then went around again, and then the other guy was stopped, and that's what
didn't miss that time.
Didn't miss. That's what the video you just saw there. So, not a good idea to hit other folks with your car.
At least at Port Royal Speedway.
Yes. I just remembered something. We have a couple Hammer Down hotlines.
Ooh.
I forgot to print them out. I'm actually going to have to pull that up here. Ron Miller Race Cars, your one-stop racing headquarters located in Lambertville, Michigan.
That's enough. Let's go to... I want to watch some racing tonight, Scott.
All right, we'll skip
People
you
know
then.
how to get a hold of me,
All right.
but I appreciate the effort.
Okay, well, let's go to our Hammer Down hotline. What's the number?
419-318-3081.
Call or text anytime, day or night. I don't have these to put up on the screen, but we'll read them off. We got a couple texts this week on the Hammer Down hotline.
Hi, Scott. Is that one of them?
No, that's just Google Voice saying.
Okay.
What is this? This one's actually this is, I think that's Amber Hovis trying to watch us on Facebook. It's not working. So we're currently watching you on YouTube. Just a heads up. Thank you. I'll put the video up on Facebook after we're done here. Unfortunately, I can't restart it through this thing. So hopefully everybody found us on YouTube, which is good. I'm glad we have that as a backup. Now let's go back to the text. Okay. So the first text comes to us here. And this has to do with an incident at Oakshade a couple weeks ago. Why was Adam Lance not suspended for his actions 2 weeks ago for his actions at Oakshade? His actions mirrored what Rusty did the year before, and he received a couple-week vacation from the track. Shame on you, Oakshade, for playing favorites. This is just another black mark on the track's reputation, and I believe this is having an effect on car count. You want that one?
Not me, buddy. No. I don't believe there's any favoritism or intent on the part of Oakshade Racing.
I believe.
Scott, what we saw in that video just a few minutes ago, and what I saw happen at Oakshade, I happened to be there.
Night?
Yes,
okay.
I was.
The Rusty thing. I mean, the comparison to the Rusty thing, because I kind of made that comparison too, and thought the same thing. And I actually spoke Pam about that, but I
think maybe it's
myself.
time that the racetracks do take a more proactive approach about the on-track type of retaliation.
Well, there was some, I didn't see it because it happened behind me.
And there was some
bumping.
Some bumping, yeah. Okay.
Before they got out of before Adam got out.
But then Adam got out of the car and went to the other drivers.
And this was, for folks that weren't there, this was at the end of a heat race. Something happened during
the Superstocks.
For the Superstock, a race that I won, actually, the only race I've won this year. For an incident, I guess something happened on the track between the one car of Dylan Burt and Adam Lance. And I don't think Burt was very fond of it, and kind of made his. This is from videos and from what I've heard.
Coming off the track, Dylan Burt did bump Adam Lance, and at that point, I think that Dylan's car wouldn't steer, so he stopped, and at that point, Adam.
voiced his opinion.
Yeah.
In any case, neither of those drivers did come back the following week anyways.
Right.
So I guess there's no question there, so there's nothing really to answer on that other than why he wasn't suspended. That would be a question you'd have to ask Oakshade. And I did ask a little bit. The only thing is it's not quite apples to oranges, but it's not apples to apples either. Rusty's incident happened during the race under caution on the track, whereas this was after the race and kind of just off the track. But, I mean, it's...
Now, I wonder what would happen if, like Earl Baltus said, if they...
Do it on the front stretch.
Do it on the front stretch. How would the track...
I kind of wondered that, too.
How would the track react to that one?
Oh. And then we got this other text here, and I didn't... this one just came in last night. Just wondering what you guys think for Oakshade having a fun night by adding a has-been race, which would be guys who haven't raced in the last couple of years to get behind the wheel again in borrowed race cars. We can do it for all three divisions. The other group I'd like to have would be have always wanted to drive a race car but never had a chance.
Yeah, okay.
They could be in borrowed
what could
race cars.
possibly go wrong there, Scott?
I think that part in borrowed race car. Yeah, in borrowed race cars also, and then maybe if there's enough interest, even a powder puff. I think this was a powder puff. Would non-ringers that night? They should make it features only and hot laps for everybody, so the night doesn't go forever. Plus, whatever else we can think of that we don't normally do during a normal night of September 20th would be a good day to do it. Punctuation would definitely help on that. But just saying. So there you go. Talk to, I'd say call Pam, call the track, and see if that might be something they're interested in.
We had that idea with the hot dog race, and Oakshade decided to run with that. So,
and I had the idea of something not quite along these lines, but with the celebrity charity races where we borrowed cars years ago.
Right.
And that happened.
Right.
So anything's possible. It's just it needs somebody to organize it is pretty much it. Somebody's got to take charge. So there you go. That is our Hammer Down Hotline text for tonight.
And if you want to give us a voicemail or send us a text, you can do it at 419-318-3081.
Thank you. That is right. That number once again.
419-318-3081. Why don't you believe me, Scott?
No, I believed you. I was just putting it on the screen. People,
okay.
People are visual.
Yeah, all right.
Last chance to get in on our Speedy sponsor drawing for tonight. Oh, that's right. We're up there. Hashtag Tire Hardware is our Speedy sponsor of the night. Learn more about Tire Hardware at speedysponsors.com. Also check out the new Speedy Feed social media deal feature on speedysponsors.com. And we'll be doing that drawing here shortly. Again, just put this in the comments. Apparently we're just on YouTube, so put that in the YouTube comments, and we will do that drawing here shortly after we do our How Many. We got some tickets to give away.
Ooh.
Ooh is right. Oh, and we still have our Bleacher Creature feature coming up as well. Stick around.
How many?
So last week's How Many was how many late models plus modifieds would be at Montpelier on Wednesday. They had a lot of modifieds last night.
They did.
49 modifieds, 32 late models, total of 81.
6 heat races worth of modifieds.
I know, that was crazy. We all undershot. I guessed 54. Jesse Jones, who was here in the studio, guessed 60 last week. You guessed 61. You were the closest. And our listener winner wasn't very far off of that. He guessed 62. That was the highest. Everybody else was way low. We were way off on that. So Matt Swander, congratulations,
All right, Matthew.
Former flag guy at Oakshade. You are a winner of a DCR graphic sponsored Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker and 2 grandstand passes to Oakshade Raceway.
All right.
So let us know.
Why don't you pick those up from Scott this week? I'm sure you'll be at the racetrack.
And I think he's going out of town, actually.
You think he is?
This weekend, yeah, he said
oh,
something.
No, how can that happen?
So let me know how you want that, how you want to get your tickets there. So congratulations to him. Now, this week's How Many? A chance to win a sticker for next week, Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker that you can slap on your car, become part of the Hammer Down Army. If you're a racer, HammerdownRaceReport.com. Click on Hammerdown Army for more information there. This week's How Many is how many late models will be at Oakshade on Saturday
Okay.
competing.
Yep.
Let's say qualifying. We have to get through qualifying.
Not just signed in, but qualifying.
Yeah, if we get through qualifying, then that's how
Okay.
many late models are there. Plus, and it's same for all of these, because this is a math one, because you like it. And this is a big week of racing coming up. Next week's going to be crazy, too. We got the High Limit Sprint Car Series at Fremont on Monday.
Right.
Rescheduled there. So, how many late models at Oakshade on Saturday, plus how many High Limit Sprint Cars at Fremont on Monday. Plus,
But wait.
there's more. How many World of Outlaw sprint cars will be at Attica on Tuesday? And just in case you didn't catch all that, there it is on your screen. How many late models at Oakshade on Saturday, plus how many high-limit sprint cars at Fremont on Monday, plus World of Outlaw sprint cars at Attica on Tuesday. So, Ron.
Okay, I am going to mentally eliminate the possibility of rain. And I'm going to assume that the racetracks really, really want to get these races in, and they will if they're patient. And I'm stalling, aren't I?
Yeah. Since our Facebook isn't working, like I said, I'm going to put this video up as soon as we're done here on Facebook, the cleaned up version without the technical difficulties, and so we'll leave this open until Saturday at. I don't know. The gates open at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm going to say noon, because not everybody's there at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Saturday at noon, you can get your guess and just put it in the put a number in the comments of the Facebook
And that
Live
doesn't help them a bit for
or the
Monday
YouTube
or
Live.
Tuesday.
Correct, yeah.
All right.
So put your guess in the comments of the Facebook Live, the YouTube Live. You have until noon on Saturday. That's noon Eastern. And Ron, what's your guess? What do you got?
I'm going to give you the exact number, Scott.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
It's 124.
You want to break that out? You want to give me a track-by-track
Nope,
number?
124.
124.
That's the number.
All right, I'm thinking 35
I'm telling you there's going to be...
I'm going to go 123.
Ooh, okay. Couldn't go with the exact number, could you?
That is the exact number.
Okay.
You're off by one. Everybody else is guessing pretty low here so far. 86, 84, 95, Dean Henry.
Those sprint car shows are going to pull 40 cars.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe a couple more.
All right. So there you go. Chance to win that DCR Graphics Hammerdown Race Report window sticker. Just put your guess in, and that's it. There you go. Let's check out. No, actually, if Dave is ready, we can do our drawing for the Speedy sticker here, Speedy sponsor sticker, from everybody that put in hashtag Tire Hardware. So anytime you're ready, Dave, if you are ready, are you ready?
Sure.
Hey, it looks like he is.
Round and round we go. It's going to be green.
It's Dean Henry.
Hey, Dean.
Dean Henry, congratulations. You got yourself a Hammerdown Race Report window sticker. And he's actually one of the guys working on something for this, the hot dog races.
Okay.
Can't talk about yet, but
Okay.
if it does happen, it's going to be really cool. So, Dean, let me know how you want that handled.
Dean, I will be at Fremont on Saturday, if that helps you.
So, thank you for that, producer Dave, who's back in action. He's on the mend. Let's check out our DCR Graphics race menu for this weekend. Don't forget, we have our Bleacher Creature feature to wrap up the show here very shortly. So stick around for that. Right now, it is time for your race menu, which is going to be this.
This weekend's racing menu.
Butler, of course, in action tonight with the Dirt Car Summer Nationals and the UMP Modifieds. No racing tomorrow, which is weird in our area. Both Attica and Lima Land are both
Crystal's,
off.
Crystal
they're running up there in Michigan.
Crystal has their Summer Nationals race.
Saturday, though, around here. Flat Rock Speedway in action with the Royal Truck and Trailer Triple 50s and fireworks. Super late models, street stocks, and figure eights. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $21. Fremont Speedway Crown Battery Night. 410 sprints, 305 sprints, and the dirt trucks in action. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission $20. Butler Motor Speedway again in action on Saturday. They're going to turn things around 2 days later. It's going to be fireworks night there. UMP Modifieds 1776 to win.
Ooh.
For that, street stocks and cylinders. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission $25. Thinking that's Oakshade Raceway. It's the birthday race. Dirt Car Summer Nationals, the penultimate event, which means the second to last. It's also going to be an American Late Model Ironman Series co-sanctioned event with the Summer Nationals, with the UMP Late Models racing for $10,000 to win. Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds in action, and the Dominator Superstocks gates open at 10 a.m. with racing scheduled to start at 6. I believe hot laps are like at 6:30. General admission then is going to be $20.
That's going to be another well-attended race.
Probably, I think so. If any of these, judging by the talent that's been racing this week, it's going to be pretty exciting. Sunday, that is going to be your Dirt Car Summer Nationals finale at Wayne County Speedway, featuring the Dirt Car UMP Late Models, UMP Modified, Street Stocks, Mini Stocks. Gates will open at 3 on Sunday, racing at 7. General admission will be $30 there at Wayne County. And then, Monday night, we're going to keep racing straight through next week. Fremont Speedway, it's the rescheduled Kistler Racing Products Rooter Midweek Series, Kubota High Limit Racing Series. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission $45 there Monday at Fremont. Tuesday
now
at
that'll
Attica.
be live on Flow, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. High Limits on Flow. And then Attica Raceway Park, this will be live on Dirt Vision because it's World of Outlaws, the Ohio Logistics Brad Doty Classic, featuring the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Gates open at 3, racing at 7:30. General admission $40 there at Attica on Tuesday. And I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of crossover between
I'm thinking
the two
there's
series
going
and
to
those
be a
two
lot
tracks.
of sprint cars in the area Monday and Tuesday.
And for the rest of the week, because then it's off to Eldora for the sprint cars. It's Joker's Jackpot, featuring the Kubota High Limit Sprints. Is that Wednesday or is that Thursday? Because I thought the Joker's Jackpot thing, that was the one that they're doing on FS1 on Thursday. Anyways, the sprints are going to be at Eldora for the rest of the week, leading up to the Kings Royal. So a lot of racing action coming up in our area over the next several days, I guess, starting tonight and continuing.
I'm thinking producer Dave's TVs are going to be smoking.
Yeah, if not on fire already. So what is our weekend weather pit stop?
Scott, there's going to be rain. There's no question about it, but it's going to be late afternoon, early evening rain. And as long as the rain isn't too bad, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they'll get the races in. The only one that I have any question about is tomorrow's race up at Crystal for the UMP Summer Nationals. There's a storm coming across Lake Michigan that could soak them. But again, it's going to be done kind of early. If the racetracks are patient, and we've all been to these tracks where they've got a big show and they work the track in, feature goes off at midnight, but they're darn fine shows. So as long as...
I've been at Summer Nationals event at Oakshade that started at 11 p.m.
As long as the racetracks are determined to get it in, we'll see an awesome weekend of racing.
Fingers crossed. I think we'll get it in. I'm hoping that it's not in late. Hope the delay. I think there's going to be delays, but hopefully they won't be too long. So, and hopefully racers will get out and help get the track ready to go racing. So, very cool. And it's not going to be cold, so
nope.
It should dry. Things should dry up pretty quick. So, very cool. Other series action this weekend. We mentioned the High Limit Series, the Kentucky Sprint Nationals at Florence. That's going to be tomorrow and Saturday. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. They are at 34 Raceway tonight. Then it's off to the CMH Diamond Nationals at Lucas Oil Speedway Friday and Saturday. Looking ahead to next week, Lucas Oil Series will be at Shelby County Speedway in Iowa on Tuesday. And the Silver Dollar Nationals at Huset's in South Dakota starting next Thursday night through Saturday of next weekend. Dirt Car Summer Nationals, as Ron mentioned, Crystal Motor Speedway in Crystal, Michigan tomorrow night. World of Outlaw Real American Beer Late Model Series Battle at the Border at Sharon Speedway in Hartford, Ohio. That's Friday and Saturday. The World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series Deer Creek Clash at Deer Creek Speedway has been canceled. That was supposed to be tonight due to heavy rain. That has been canceled. Moving on to the Wilmot Speedway in Wisconsin on Friday and Saturday, July 11th and 12th for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. IndyCar Next Series, the Indy Next by Firestone at Iowa Speedway. That's going to be Saturday at 1:30 on FS1. Then it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the Pit Boss Food Max 250 at Sonoma Raceway out there in California. That'll be Saturday at 4:30 on CW. Then the NTT IndyCar Series Sync 275 at Iowa Speedway. That'll be also on, actually, they got two races. I forgot about that. Ooh. Two races. One on Saturday starting at 5 o'clock. And then the Farm to Finish 250 at Iowa Speedway on Sunday at 1 p.m. Both of those
with
races.
IndyCar?
Both IndyCar, both on Fox.
Ooh.
It's a doubleheader.
Yeah.
They used to do that up at Detroit.
Right.
Grand Prix. And then the NASCAR Cup Series, Toyota Save Mart 350 from Sonoma Raceway. That is going to be Sunday at 3:30 on TNT. And that is just about it. Let's check out the return of the talent from the Wrecker Report. This time it is now the Bleacher Creature feature on the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Science couldn't explain it, but there it was, alive, immensely strong and destructive. A woman's beauty, the bait that brought it out of its lair.
Hello everyone, this is the Bleacher Creature under caution. I want to let everyone know about a little known fact at the concession stand. Horseradish is a lot like smoking cigarettes. Man, once you start using it, it's really, really hard to stop. Especially on one of them big, juicy, big O burgers, or a cheeseburger, or a hamburger, brats,
good on a hot dog,
Polish
too.
dogs, chili dogs. It really goes on everything, to be honest with you. It's like a cult. Once you're in it, you're in it. So this weekend at the birthday race, be sure to give horseradish a try. And remember, kids, there's only two kinds of race engines. Ones that are blown up and ones that are going to blow up. It's probably time to change your oil.
Scott, I remember that from
the Wrecker Report.
It's
the same sign-off. I like it. Bleacher Creature will most likely be weekly talking about different food items at racetracks.
Yeah.
So nice to have Perry back with that. Again, still looking for some sponsors. If you're interested in helping out with the Chris Mize Memorial Hot Dog races, any of them, the late model, the Sportsman, the Super Stock, or the compact one, additional sponsorship will be taken right up until those events. Again, the first one coming up on July 26th, I believe. Yes, July 26th, the late model one. If you're a competitor, you want to be part of that, HammerdownRaceReport.com. Make sure to fill out that form. We'll be spinning the wheel for 4 names to determine who's going to be competing in those events. We'll do that the Thursday before each of those 4 races. So time's running out. We need to get and if we don't get any late model competitors, we'll roll that $50 from the Hammer Down Racing Report over into the Sportsman, maybe spread it to the Sportsman, Super Stock, and Compact. So there you go. And if you want to help out with the sponsorship, get a hold of us on Facebook or email us, hammerdownracingreport.com. I'm sorry, hammerdownracingreport@outlook.com is the email, or you could leave us a message on the Hammerdown hotline.
You know, Steve Kester would be a natural for the late model portion of that. He was really a king of the outhouse races. So
I'll have to talk to him on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll have to try and recruit some late model guys
yeah.
there. Thanks to producer Dave Kimmer, contributors John Young, Matt Swander, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X, follow us on YouTube, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Of course, check us out at thehammerdownracingreport.com as well. And if you rate and review us, share us with your friends. That helps too. Even if you give us a 1-0, just more ratings helps us. We prefer a 5-star rating, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers.
4.5, 5. Yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Magic Moment Entertainment, Dittman Motorsports, Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, Freeze Frame Photos, and thanks to this week's guest, ARCA Racer car owner Alex Clubb. We got some cool stuff in the works for some upcoming shows, so stick around because we'll see you next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Until then, get out, support your favorite racetrack or your least favorite racetrack, whatever. Just get out and support some racing because there's a lot of it coming up over the next week. That is a wrap on show number 386 of the Hammer Down Racing Report.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.